much more do you need than this? This has to be one of, even if we're not just talking about Ferraris, the Maserati GranTurismo is arguably the best driving experience you can buy for under $40,000. And if you're like, save $200,000 on a Ferrari, this isn't a Ferrari. Well, it has the Ferrari F136 motor in it, and you just listen to how this thing sounds. I mean, you pretty much just get diminishing returns after you spend an extra $200,000 to have the Ferrari logo on your steering wheel and outside of this car. I mean, this car is already so beautiful. It's, you know, it has the Pininfarina badge on it, and that means it's designed by the Italian beasts. You see Pininfarina on pretty much all Ferraris. Those are the designers of these cars, and this is no shortage of that. So, I mean, the question is, do you really need much more than what this thing has to offer? Listen to that. Sounds equivalent to a Ferrari, and with what direction most cars are headed towards, this arguably sounds better than some Ferraris. And you know, sure, a 458 or a 488 or even a Ferrari F430, it's going to be faster than this car. But to say this car is not fast is extremely inaccurate. You can get up to speed, and by up to speed I mean hit triple digits, way quicker than you might think. You have to be behind the steering wheel of this car to really experience how fast this thing can move and how fun it is to drive on roads like these. It's not going to be a track weapon. This is a little bit heavier, but again, at the same time, with how good this thing is in the corners with its weight and how it manages its weight and how fast it is despite it weighing this much. And again, not to say it weighs like a whole bunch, but it is just a hair over 4,000 pounds, which is the reason to maybe get a Ferrari. But again, I'm really talking to people here that don't have $1 million+ in the bank. And I sure don't, but I bought this thing and I feel like I do. I mean, this really scratches the exotic itch that, well, if you don't already have it, you're going to. And man, this is all a man needs. For $30,000 to $40,000, mind you, mine was 40 because I got the convertible, nice little Porsche right there. You know what's incredible is when a Porsche passes me, I don't even want to be in that thing. I want to be in this. Reason being is because you're not gonna get this sound out of a Porsche, out of any Porsche. I mean, a GT3, yeah, those things sound good, but they don't sound Ferrari F136 motor good. It is just a perfect combination of everything. Sure, the Porsche will probably beat this thing in corners, probably beat this thing in a straight line, well, both corners and a straight line acceleration battle, if you will. But it's not, you know, the internet is going in the wrong direction. It's not about the 0 to 60s, and it's not about how fast you can take corners. It's about when you're behind the wheel of the car that you're driving, are you absolutely loving every second of it? And I didn't realize that until I started driving all these different cars, and my heart just went towards the Maserati GranTurismo. course, Maserati has that stigma of, oh, it's so unreliable. And that is, people that say that are the people that don't own these cars and just watch the videos of YouTubers who buy junkyard Maseratis. You buy a junkyard anything, BMW, Mustang, Corvette, Dodge, whatever it is, it's gonna have problems. This thing can take a beating. I mean, that's, you know, earlier models of Maserati, yeah, not so great. But you get a 2014 and up GranTurismo, you're working with a pretty proven engine and a really good transmission. You're gonna have some things like the electrical in Maseratis, yeah, you know, that's gonna be something you have to deal with. But what really matters is the thing is going to get you from point A to B with a massive smile on your face, and you can start the car up and jump onto back roads anytime you like and really push the car without the fear of something going wrong after 3 or 5 minutes of doing it. That's what this car was built for. And so when you buy one, you get to do that, and you don't have to be holding back or super scared of something bad happening. Exhibit A. This car is nothing short of an Italian musical instrument. Guys, I did not want to wait until I was 40 years old to have this type of experience. I mean, come on. And who knows if you'll even ever get to own, you know, a Ferrari 458 or 488. I mean, it's going to take a lot of really hard work, and let's be honest, it's going to take a little bit of luck as well. At the end of the day, you know, I am working towards a car like that, but even if I don't get it and I'm stuck with this thing, sorry about that, I am not going to be complaining one bit. You know, the parts costs for the Maserati GranTurismo are going to be on par with the Ferrari. But point is, why wait till you have to spend $250,000 to purchase the thing and still have the same amount of parts costs as you would when you can buy it for $40,000 and again, still deal with the same amount of parts costs? That's the only thing I would want to give you a heads up on, is if you're buying a Maserati GranTurismo and expecting to dole out Honda Civic level parts costs and maintenance costs, that's not going to be the case. This thing is basically a Ferrari, and so you're going to be paying Ferrari level maintenance costs. But if you could do your own work on the car, and by the way, this car is incredibly easy to work on for almost all of the simple jobs. Oil change, brake pads, all that stuff, very, very easy to do. But you know, you're not going to be expecting, you shouldn't expect major repair costs in the time that you own this car if you just keep up with the typical maintenance stuff. If you don't do an oil change ever, yeah, expect something serious to go wrong. But I assume you're not buying a Maserati GranTurismo and don't realize you have to do an oil change every 5,000 miles. And of course, there is always faster, there is always louder, there is always lighter, there's always something more than what you have. What you really need to learn to do is appreciate what you can have access to and what is genuinely realistic. And I would argue this car is genuinely realistic for anybody to own. As always, I appreciate you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.